Hello again, Gundam fans. Today we have the Sazabi from the Mobility Joint Gundam Volume 2. It is the second suit in the series, and then I have number 6, which is the extra parts for both the new Gundam and the Sazabi, which I've reviewed the new Gundam before. Alright, so let's look into this thing. It came out in 2022, this wave. Actually, all the Mobility Joints, I think. Well, the first two waves definitely came out in 2022. So this gum is still chewable, for me at least. The instructions are inside the box, so don't just go throwing it out. Yeah, so we're going to have to look at that. And then the box says you don't need clippers, but I use them. I think they make the parts look a little nicer when they're taking off the runners. So it's nice that some of these parts have some paint on them. I really dislike painting stuff. Boy, I didn't get everything out of there. So be careful, check that you got everything out of the bags. There's a lot of parts in this one because Sazabi is a pretty big robot. I built a high grade of Sazabi a long time ago. But I don't like this. I don't think I like the suit anymore. I just don't find it appealing. So naturally you could just tear these off, but you're going to have a big white stress mark if you tear them. Here, it's a small white stress mark. Or you could actually sand them down and do the right thing, but this is not a serious model kit. Just want to build something nice and easy. These parts are all symmetric. They all have the same number. Oh, but look at this. Don't forget this thing. I almost missed it. I think that's the mono eye, too. Yeah. It's a pretty small mono eye. Okay. Well, this red doesn't look so bad. It's raw red plastic, but the Johnny Ridden one I did, man, that red just doesn't look good at all. Yeah, still not cut very well. These guardians are getting dull. The feet seem symmetric, so do these two, but number 2 and 3, those are not symmetric. There's an offset peg or something on one side. That's a lot of clipping. Okay, let's see if we can make sense of this. Sometimes I put these stickers on if they're on like a flat surface. So this mono eye is so small, I think it will use the sticker. Very often I put jewel beads in. What do I do? Do I deal with that now? You know what, forget, I'm gonna get jewel bead. So I just crazy glued a glass bead onto there. It's good enough. It can't really rotate much though because it's so thick. Anyways, I put all the foil stickers on, and they're almost all good because they're almost all flat. This is the only one that looks bad because it's actually trying to cross over several different surfaces, right? And it's starting to rip there, and it's just wrinkling there. But the other places, it's not bad. It's acceptable. It looks like even paint almost. So this one's worth trying, you know, the little stickers. Okay, let's continue on. Build this thing up. Alright, so this chest torso thing goes in here. Where's the front of this? Okay. The forearms are these, and they have some paint on them already, which is nice. Gunmetal paint. Okay. They seem symmetric, so it doesn't matter what side you put in. They both have a hole for the shield. Or actually, this thing doesn't have a shield. Maybe for the expansion pack it has a shield. Alright, so that's that. Now we gotta build the feet. And the feet are symmetric. This is the, you want to have this towards the back. So this thing, I guess that's symmetric, it doesn't matter. And it goes like this. Alright. So naturally that's pretty ugly. You probably want to sand that stuff off, but I'm not going to bother. I'm probably going to repaint this whole thing one day. Now this is what I don't know. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because everything's symmetric, so building these legs up doesn't matter so much. I guess this must go here. And then the other side must have pegs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one leg. Okay. Put this hole down at the bottom. Okay, so now those go onto here. So it's a tight snap. I didn't hear a snapping noise, so I don't know if that's in there. I guess it is. See, that one snapped. So maybe this one isn't in there. It is. Alright. So you don't have the flare on the outside, the wider part on the outside, right? So this thing is the crotch and the skirt. back section. Got a backpack, the missile pods. Guess it doesn't matter. Or no, it does matter. You gotta clear these two pegs here, so you'll notice there's two grooves in this red thing. So that is important. It is cool that they're, separate pieces. The missiles, instead of like, this could have all just been molded as one piece. And you'd have to like paint the rockets or something, or whatever these funnel things are. These are ball pegs, so they snap, and so you can obviously get up, down, in, out, all that stuff. Very cool. So the yellow faces the front. So these like a vertical down. Where did these thruster things go? Where did these go? They must pop up in here. Okay. Is this upside down? I feel like it's colliding with this this weapon thing here. No, that's just the way it is, I guess. Yeah, it's really colliding, but I guess the vents are below, underneath. Alright. So these peg into the back skirt. There's no paint on the hose, but it would be easy to paint. And that's going to peg into the back. If I could tighten the legs up. Alright. Get the fists. Now the fists, although they have a ball peg, they tend to not actually stick out, so all you can do is rotate the hand, and then you got this cuff here, so it's not much articulation, just on the fact that the Sazabi is designed the way it is. Okay, there's a little fin here for the top. I guess that's it all the way. It doesn't look really clean though, does it? Yeah, I guess that's it. And then these shoulders always fall off because they don't really snap onto anything. It would be cool if they had like a bump that they had to go past, you know? I don't know why they couldn't do that. They could have easily molded a tiny bump there so you snap past these gray pegs. But they just tend to be loose. They tend to fall off all the time. So this is definitely a pretty chunky character here. So let's see about the articulation. Get some better light. Well, the head's definitely colliding for the tilt, but I guess you can raise it up. Yeah, that's it. A few degrees every way, but you can definitely look left and right very easily, so that's good. The shoulders, see, that's very annoying. Up, down, butterfly forward, back, You can rotate the whole thing, and then the arm will pivot up, but it's, the armor collides with itself. But yeah, see, again, that happens. It could go pretty far, but this little armor piece is colliding. Alright, the arm can pretty much bend 90 degrees or so, and since that's a ball peg, you can rotate that. The hands we already discussed, you can just really rotate them. The torso does have a pivot up there for that long peg, so if you split it apart, you can get pretty good side to side. Alright, so yeah, these things pivot in and out, these like side thruster shields. The leg, since this moves forward, yeah, you can get pretty good forward kick here. The back, not much. The skirt isn't moving. And then that's on a ball peg. The knee, well, it collides, but you can actually bend it just pretty far until the armor collides. And then the foot, you can have a pretty good movement because it's so far away from the skirt. Back, forward, in is good, out is good, rotating it. Yeah, so the foot's actually very impressive, actually. Okay. But this whole shoulder armor thing, it's a problem on all these mobility joints. That's the one downfall, it seems. They could definitely design a solution in there. So this is the good old Sazabi gun. Looks like a machine gun. Looks kind of like the Aliens pulse rifle. You'll see there's a rectangular peg, or it's actually part of a circle, so that means you could probably peg it in somewhere. Well, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do this, but you could peg it into the arm. But that's about it. I don't know why they did this. If maybe you could peg it onto other robots, that's the intention. But naturally, you probably want to actually just put it into the thing's arms. I do feel that's kind of blanked off, And then again, this is very annoying. Alright, so this one's a bit fidgety with the shoulders falling off all the time. Let's get this thing spinning and look at how big it is compared to like a Converge figure. So here's the Converge. This is number 121 in the Converge lineup. And it's even on a stand, but it's definitely much smaller. And even smaller than that is the Gashapon Senshi. I think that's what this is. And this has articulation quite a bit, actually, for something this small. It's very impressive. So there are my small Sazabis right now. The Converge doesn't have too much articulation. This has more articulation, but it's not really painted. The Converges are generally always painted. That's why they always look nice. But you don't have the articulation. That's the trade-off, and why these three different brands, the Gundam lines exist. I mean. Okay, well, yeah, I gotta say, because this thing is so chunky, you're not gonna get the greatest poses, I think. The head can't look up because it's colliding with the backpack, right? I do like how these funnel pods, though, can pivot. There, I guess that's as good as I'm gonna get it. All right, well, let's take a look now at the expansion pack and see what we can do here. All right, some gum. Alright, the first beam sabers I've seen in this mobility joint line, that is. You have a nice Xeon sticker here, but this thing is raised, so it'd be better, I think, to go over this with a gold paint marker or something like that. Because, yeah, it's not going to look good on this, so I'm not going to put it on. This must be for this back magazine of the bazooka. But again, it's going to look horrible because this is so three-dimensional. You know, just like, again, these vents that I tried there. So I'm not going to use these stickers. So let's max this guy out. So it's already got this. Oh, it's got a ball peg. I see. I wonder if you can. No, the ball peg won't fit there. This thing will go onto the forearm. So you can put it there and have the fist still. Of course, the shoulder thing fell off. But I'm going to imagine this thing has a ball peg because it's meant to actually replace the hand, which has the ball peg. Let's try it out. Nope, I don't know. I don't know what this ball peg is for. That's really strange. Let's go back to the instructions. Yeah, I don't see anything. Maybe something else is supposed to attach to this. I don't know what, though. Alright, well anyways, I guess I'll just pop this thing back on. And might be better this way, actually. Yeah. Alright, let's put that hand back on. And you'll see the shield does have 3 peg holes if you want to peg in some, like this sword here. So you could do that, and then it becomes a crazy sword weapon. Not sure what the other ones would be for. Oh, I see. You can peg in this rifle. Oh, I see. That's why that rifle has that peg. So this can go here if you want, or in any one of them. But the original rifle, it's like Alien's rifle, can also be stored in here. Okay, so that's why those things have pegs. So let's pop this shield back on. I like that it does have the ball peg because you can get a pretty good amount of articulation in any direction. Might fall off, but just pop it back in. Alright, and then, yeah, let's try this weapon here. It's got a short stock, so it really snugs up against these thrusters here. So that's pretty good. Yeah, look at that. That's really tight up against the arm. So cool, cool. And then, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this because of the peg, but this beam saber looks pretty good. Have to twist it. You notice this is square and the rest was circular, so I think that square is meant to actually maybe rest against the thumb or something so it doesn't spin so much. I could be wrong, but, well, anyways. So that all looks good except for, again, this thing falling off. It's just going to be annoying. Okay, I reviewed the new Gundam earlier, and I did the EX parts, the HWS parts, but I didn't like the way it looked. It looked too chunky, so I reverted it back to the normal new Gundam's livery or whatever you want to call it. So let's see here. These fin funnels obviously are going to go on here, and there you go. Yeah, I wish they had some sort of paint on them. There's a lot of skeletonization as well, but at least it's on the back side where you wouldn't really see it so much. If you want to store the bazooka, that would, I guess, go right here. This square peg. And so that can store in the back like that. Alright. And then you have 2 beam sabers. This crazy long one. Okay. I've never seen a beam saber with such a long handle. And then your traditional size one. Okay, so that's cool. So it's actually kind of neat. I like that they had, you know, parts for both of them. and they put it into one pack. It makes you buy both of these, but since I bought the whole wave, it doesn't really bother me so much. Okay. I feel like I like this gun because it had extra color, so I'm going to put this gun back, but maybe I'll have him wield this sword over here. So again, I like the longer sword. That's an experiment waiting to happen. Hold on, let me get this thing started. Alright. But yeah, this is probably the same diameter. So, I just don't think I don't know if there's going to be room to pop this on there. But you could have two swords there. I mean, two shields there. I guess it's really probably just meant to be in a different location. So if I take this shield off this peg, I can, for some reason, maybe if this spins back, I guess put this here for some reason. It makes no sense to me. Or maybe maybe this part is on a different robot and it has a function on a different robot. But as you can see, this is a oh, I see, that's what it is. Okay, so now it can be with the forearm or perpendicular, sticking out like this. I see. But then you can't really use the sword. Or, no, it's just I gotta twist the hand. And actually, now that that's in that position, you'll hide this peg a little more, so. Oh, but you see, this sword peg is going to collide into this. Yeah, so that doesn't work very well. No. You gotta try the stuff out. That works alright. Okay. Again, the whole shoulder thing is very annoying. It's almost like I want to glue this in place, but you really shouldn't do that because you won't be able to move it up and down, right? It's just a bulky figure. Yeah, so that's not going to fly on that peg anymore because this thing is just in the way. But I can make it go on the bottom. I guess. That doesn't look so good, does it? So there they are, squaring off against each other in mobility joint mode, I guess. This one's really, really difficult to pose. It's just, there's just so much armor going on. That thing must have fallen off 20 times. I paused the video just to get this pose. The best I could do was to actually get this thruster through the top of the shield. And that seems to be okay. But just look at the details, you know. Very much like the regular model kits. They just have a lot of nooks and crannies and details that would be really easy to add color to. But even without adding color to it, you could just look at it, right? You're looking at all the details. So I really like these things now. And alright, well, I guess I'll see you the next time we do another mobility joint subject. Bye now.